Hey, what's up? It's Taka here. Welcome back to my weekly vlog. So I published a new video on Deva's life this week, and check it out if you haven't it yet. So this video was about ChatGPT, and I built a simple tool using OpenAI APIs. And I filmed it in Minami Tenma Koen, which is in Osaka here. And this was so beautiful. And as you may have noticed, I created the Deva's Life logo here, as you can see here. So so in this video, I'd like to talk about it, how I created, how I designed it. And this is inspired by traditional Japanese family crest. And I designed it based on the golden ratio. So you can see guidelines and circles here. So let me explain the background, what's the behind of the design. And it has outer circle. Outer circle is wisteria vine. It is considered an auspicious plant due to its long lifespan and strong reproductive capacity. And why I use it? Because my channel is I code in various places, including in nature, like on a mountain and at a park. So I'd like to incorporate nature into my logo. So that's why I used wisteria vine. And the inner pattern is curly brackets. The curly brackets are the common symbol used in the many programming languages. And so obviously my channel is about coding, so I'd like to use some symbols from programming languages. And curly brackets is looks beautiful, so I decided to use it. And so why I used 4 curly brackets is because it's a common pattern of the Japanese family crest. The many family crests use from 2 to 4 shapes and combining into one. So I decided to use this pattern to represent compiling the code. So you compile, you edit and compile code. So that would represent how you combine the curly brackets. So it's hard to explain, but so it's called a braid called kumihimo. So kumihimo would represent how you compile and edit the code. So that's why I use 4 curly brackets. And the center left blank. So there is no shape inside the curly brackets because I wanted to represent wabi-sabi, the idea of wabi-sabi. Have you ever heard? It's a concept of the less is more, and it's so my channel doesn't have many things like narrations, no talking, and I don't have many. I don't explain how I do it in the videos, but I wanted you to enjoy the vibes and how I enjoy coding, and so I wanted viewers to enjoy the vibes and how I code and the keyboard sounds and the terminal and the background. So I left many things alone. So this is the wabi-sabi style which I call. And the blank space would represent the wabi-sabi. That's that's the design of this logo. And I already announced it on my channel, and I've already got some comments. And 95% of the reactions were positive, but I've got some complaints, some negative comments, but I really appreciate them. So let me introduce them. So the first one is by Rahid. It looks amazing when looking at it in full screen, but as an icon, it's looking like football to me. If I prefer the previous one more. And Patito San Diego, I just didn't like it. Logos must be easy to remember, versatile in style, and sometimes informative. First, I love these opinions, so thank you. Those comments are the source of inspiration for me, because I really understand their opinion, because the logo indeed looks so complicated, which doesn't follow the current minimalism trend, right? So these days, the company logos and app icons are very simple and minimalistic. So it's kind of unconventional. So I totally understand their opinion. So I know the current design trend. I intentionally did it because I wanted to try the opposite way of the design trend, and because first, this logo is not an app icon, so it doesn't have to be recognizable on the tiny scale. So yeah, it's also my profile icon, so it can be very small on your display, but it's not so important as a logo. And in addition to that, the recent devices like iPhone 14 has a decent monitor, which has a high DPI. I mean, so Retina display, and it's very vibrant, right? So making a complicated logo, it would be. So I was curious if how it works on these recent devices. So because I love the old logos. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, the recent company logos and the app logos are very simple. For example, Burberry had been having a knight as a motif, and it was cool, but they decided to drop it. So they only have a text logo here, and other company also have only a text logo here. And that's because they wanted to optimize for the small mobile devices. So their logos have to be recognizable on the small screen, and that's important because many people use social media and they see their ads on their mobile phone. So it's important. So it will be interesting to try the opposite way of the current design trend. So their opinion is the standard, the current standard. So it's totally understandable. So I wanted to try the unconventional idea, and I simply love this design myself. Next, I'm gonna talk about how I created this design. So my own family crest is a flying crane here, and this is very popular design in the Japanese family crests. So I wanted to create a unique one. So I started exploring the ideas, and first I researched some existing logos here. So you can see JAL, the logo of JAL, and the next I tried Midjourney to generate some ideas and combining it, mixing it, and exploring some other ideas. And this is one of the images that Midjourney created. It looks nice than I thought. So it incorporates the digital, futuristic, and Japanese vibes. So I loved it. So after that, I sketched some ideas using Affinity Design myself. And I found that using more than 2 motifs makes the design too complicated. So I decided not to use a logo here. So this one has a vine circle and 4 curly brackets and a dog, but it looks too complicated. It looks too complicated. So I decided not to use it. And then I decided to go with this design and make it align with the golden ratio, as you can see, on Affinity Designer. Yeah, so that's it. So I hope you like it. And the next topic is about Inkdrop. So Apple rejected my app because it doesn't use App Store in-app purchase to buy my app on the app. So I have no choice to implement in-app purchase. And so I started, after publishing a new video, I started working on implementing in-app purchase. So first I tried React Native IAP, which looked promising. But I have only requirements for iOS, and I don't have to support Amazon or Google Play Store. So I ended up writing some Swift code directly on my project, on Xcode. And here is a test on iOS simulator. And StoreKit 2 was so easy to use. And I managed to implement it on the client side. So the next app is the server side, which is the problem, because my app is currently tightly integrated with Stripe. So I need to extend it to support multiple payment platforms. And that is going to be hard. Fortunately, Apple provides server notification, App Store server notification version 2, which allows you to listen to the events like when your user purchase your app, Apple sends you to Apple sends an event to your server, so you can manage subscription states on your server. So next week I'm gonna implement the App Store server notification. So I'll continue working on it next week as well. Thank you for watching and have a productive day.